Welcome to this explainer. Today we're doing a deep dive into the whole handbook, the official Northeastern Free State Fire Protection Association, or NESFFPA playbook. It's dense, it's vital, and honestly, our goal right now is to translate all those massive complexities of the National Veld and Forest Fire Act into a practical, year-round survival playbook for you. We're turning heavy policy into actionable survival steps. But first, let's start with a really heavy question about the severe legal stakes you face the literal moment smoke appears on your property. Imagine this. A wildfire starts on your land, the wind catches it, and it rips right over to your neighbor's farm. Are you automatically guilty in the eyes of the law? To answer that, here is our agenda. 1. The legal stakes. 2. The reasonable person. 3. The year-round defense plan. 4. Understanding fire behavior. And 5. Reporting and response. We're going to give you the exact playbook to shift from reactive panic to confident preparation. All right, Section 1, the legal stakes, and Section 34. Let's see why this handbook is your primary shield against legal and financial ruin. Now, this is where typical law gets completely flipped on its head. Usually, you're innocent until proven guilty, right? Well, not here. Under Section 34 of the Veld and Forest Fire Act, if a fire starts on or even just spreads from your land and damages a neighbor's property, you are presumed negligent. You're on the financial hook right from the start, and it is entirely up to you to prove your diligence in court. So how do you overturn that crazy presumption? You absolutely have to meet what the law calls the reasonable person standard. Now, the courts aren't expecting you to be a professional firefighter with unlimited resources. They're just asking, would an average responsible landowner have acted this way? Meeting this means you've got compliant fire breaks, basic firefighting equipment that actually works, and an active membership in your local fire protection association. If you don't have those bare minimums, you fail the test, and you are personally liable for the whole shebang. Think of it like a giant scale balancing workplace liability. On one side, you've got your physical prep, your staff's training, the PPE, the maintenance of those fire breaks. On the other side is your legal shield, that vital, reasonable person status. It's a direct trade-off. You do the hard work on the physical side, and you earn your essential legal protection. Moving to Section 2, the year-round defense plan. Let's look at how we actually build those physical defenses in everyday practice. Look, fire management isn't just something you scramble to do when you suddenly smell smoke. It's a massive 365-day commitment. Breaking it down into seasons really helps. February to April, that's prep season for mapping risks and servicing gear. May through July is fire break season, time to get those boundaries cut. August to October is the dreaded fire season. The burning window is completely shut, the grass is bone dry, and your only job is readiness and defense. Finally, November to January is post-season, where you plan and do rigorous weed control so fuel doesn't build right back up. Let's zoom in on fire break season for a second. You have to prep breaks that meet very strict minimums. For example, a break along a secondary road needs a full 10-meter cleared zone. But here's the catch. Width is only half the battle. The ground has to be scraped completely bare. A 10-meter break full of dead leaves, that's completely useless against a fast-moving, wind-driven Veldfire. Okay, Section 3, understanding Veldfire behavior. You've got your shield, now let's understand the enemy and the actual science of these high-altitude grassland fires. A Veldfire is basically driven by the fire-environment triangle: fuel, weather, and topography. Our main fuel is fine grass that dries out incredibly fast. For topography, you have to realize fire behaves totally differently rushing up a steep, rocky kopje versus sweeping across a flat vlei. It loves to preheat the fuel above it and race uphill. We obviously can't control the hills or the wind, but understanding how these three elements interact, that lets us scientifically predict the fire's path. And when you're checking the daily weather, you've got to keep the 20-20-20 rule in your head. This is the absolute danger zone. Temperatures rising over 20 degrees Celsius, wind whipping up over 20 kilometers per hour, and relative humidity dropping below 20%. When those three exact things align, the fire danger index skyrockets, and a slow burn turns into an unstoppable runaway train in a matter of seconds. Section 4, the 3-step reporting protocol. When that runaway train actually starts, the whole community relies on instant, structured communication. Let's see how to trigger the response. The Fire Protection Association is a network of landowners, right? It's not a fully staffed fire brigade waiting around at a station. If you spot smoke, they don't magically know it's there. You have to trigger the 3-step reporting protocol immediately. Step 1. Text the exact word Veldfire plus your farm name. Step 2. Send a live WhatsApp location pin so responding units don't get lost on unmarked dirt roads. Step 3. Provide a brief, tactical size-up report. These two elements have to work perfectly together. Your instant digital reporting on WhatsApp relies completely on your proactive physical prep back on the farm. Think about it. A perfect 10-meter fire break won't save you if no one knows to come help. And a lightning-fast WhatsApp message? It's pretty useless if arriving responders have zero physical defenses to actually work with once they get there. Let's look closer at that size-up report from Step 3. This is hands down the most important tactical document you can give the fire protection officer. It's a crucial snapshot of the chaos as it unfolds. They absolutely need the location and point of origin, the size and shape of the burn, its exact direction and rate of spread, the fuel type, exactly what houses, crops, or livestock are threatened, and what resources you already have on scene. Getting this info out accurately and quickly is literally what saves lives. Section 5, Safe and Effective Response. The vital report is out, so now we move to engaging the fire safely. We are talking about literal survival here, so responder safety is above absolutely all else. You must drill this safety framework into your team's memory. LACES. Never enter a fire zone without establishing it. You need lookouts, actively watching the weather, awareness of everyone's exact position, clear communication at all times, planned escape routes, and designated safety zones where your team can survive without needing a fire shelter. When it comes to actually fighting the fire, your tactics are make or break. A pincer attack is a direct attack up the flanks, starting from the black, which is the safe ground where the fuel has already burned away. That's your safest and most reliable bet. Backburning, on the other hand, is an indirect attack where you purposefully start a secondary fire to burn back toward the main front. Listen to me closely on this one. It is a highly dangerous, desperate maneuver. It can easily trigger a secondary disaster and should only ever be used with extreme caution and high-level coordination. Eventually, the adrenaline fades, the smoke clears, but wait, your job still isn't quite done. Let's tie this all back to the beginning. Your final legal duty to maintain that reasonable person status is submitting a post-incident report to the INC-SNAP system. You've got to formally document staff attendance, any injuries, exactly how many hectares were lost, damaged infrastructure, and resources consumed like water and diesel. That paperwork creates a time-stamped record that protects your legal standing and is absolutely crucial for processing insurance claims. The path forward. So, the crucial point here is that you are not just a landowner in isolation. You are a first responder. You are frontline guardian of the Northeastern Free State community. I'm going to leave you with this final thought to bring it all home. The August winds are coming. Is your farm ready? The risks to your livelihood are incredibly real. The law is completely unforgiving if you're negligent, but the tools are entirely in your hands. The time to prepare, map your risks, and get fully compliant is right now. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Stay safe out there, and seriously, go check those fire breaks.